I guess just thought I would come on here, and actually what I want to do is find out how much data it takes to be on a video, on a live video, so that when we're in the woods, I think I'll have cell service there, but I want to be sure that I know how much of my data I'm using up, so I can make it last for the whole month, you know? Anyway, it's going to be a learning curve, isn't it? Straight up. So today we were able to talk to some people that are on a mission as well, and they did a mission at the Seneca camp. It's in New York, and it's also owned by the church. And I was getting some insight from her. You know, there'll be periods when there's youth at the camp, like there'll be girls' camp and there'll be young men's camp, and so we will need to be at the camp when they are there, and sometimes the campers don't clean up as well as they should or do the outhouses the way that they need to be, and so we won't have to do that. We just have to let the leaders know that it's not done to code or whatever it is, so that they can handle these things. And they will be daily chores, you know, like the daily raking of the beach and the daily getting the weeds out of the water too. I remember trying to get weeds out of the water once there before. Anyway, it's all going to be very interesting. I have my book on cedar. Is that backwards for you as well? See, I'm in the passenger seat. Willem is driving, but I'm not sure what you can tell if this is turned backwards. Anyway, I was looking in this book, and it used to be that they would, in the natives in the west coast of Canada, and perhaps the US as well, they had a lot of red cedar, and so they would do all kinds of things with red cedar. And I have all these cedar boards that are paper thin. Some are paper thin, and so, you know, all the way up to an inch thick. There's all different sizes. And they were talking about making a bentwood box, and I was thinking, you know, you have to score it every so often so that your sides will bend, and you have to steam it. And so it's got all the directions in here for how to do it. So I'm thinking of trying that. Trying to score. I could use my router. I could score a line and then, you know, fold both sides in. Or I could use a router and score a V shape. Anyway, various possibilities. I'm curious how to do this. And they're also showing in here, like they've got all these pictures of different stitches and different weaving patterns. But they also have the directions how to make this bentwood box. And they also have directions for how to shred the bark. How to shred it so that it becomes skirt material, you see? So all these things are very interesting to me, of course. I'm thinking and thinking and thinking. I guess what I need to do is just accumulate enough bark that's the length of a skirt that I would like to make, or any other kind of clothing. And once I've got enough bark the right length, then I can pound it and shred it like that. You know, you could probably even sew it on a sewing machine. You know, line it all up together and then just sew through it. If you're not interested in doing it on the loom. I already have it on the loom, right? Which is really good. Anyway, these are just thoughts going through my head of things that I'd like to do. So I'm gonna lose you soon. I guess in another 5 minutes or something. These are things I was thinking about doing while we're camping. I'm not sure how much time I'll have and the workload, how long in a day you're actually working, and how much time just being there is considered working. You know, like, I'm supposed to work 36 hours a week. Do you know what they said? Did they say anything about that? Working 36 hours a week? They said that you could count your travel time in that time. So obviously it's not all raking time or whatever. Is it just being there? I don't know. Anyway.
6 hours travel time.
Yeah.
And there was 30 hours working time. Really.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's 40. It just comes to about 4 days. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll have to think about that. Okay, so hello, there's one person here. Anyway, so this is going to be a service mission, which I don't know anything about service missions except that they're not proselyting missions. And you're not a missionary in the same sense as the youth missionaries, which they spend all their time teaching people about the church. So we are not that. We will be spending our time doing maintenance, landscaping and yard work, and tending to the grounds and the structures. So we'll see what needs to be done. And I'll know a lot more later when I tell you. Maybe I can talk to you every night and tell you what we're doing. I'm gonna stop and see how much data I've used. 7.5 minutes, and we'll see what that turns out to be in terms of data, so I know how much I can talk to you. Okay then, bye bye.